So the Quake Champions NDA has been lifted, and I managed to get myself a beta key because it's pretty easy. You just kind of ask for it and they give it to you. So I'm going to give you some Quake Champions hot takes, or I guess hot Quakes. First of all, let me say first and foremost, this is a beta. It looks like a beta. You can see the cracks all over the place, and you can tell this is not going to be indicative of the final game. But it is in fact a beta test. A lot of games, they put out betas that are really just kind of polished demos. This is clearly not it. It is very clear that this game is not finished and is currently being worked on. But that said, let's give this game a little bit of a look over. From the perspective of someone who is not good at Quake, but I enjoy Quake quite a gosh darn bit. Let's talk about how the game looks and sounds. Quake Champions boasts unlocked frame rate and resolution, which basically means if you have a monster of a PC, this game will run like butter rolling down the side of a hot car on a Wednesday afternoon in August. Just made that up, sure, why not? My computer is not that up to date, but even then it still runs at a nice smooth 60. The footage I'm going to put up is probably capped at 30 because France, but you know, not much I can do about that. But it plays fast, it plays good, it looks nice. On a high-end PC will crush this game, and that's fantastic. The characters, being that this game is kind of going for the MOBA first-person shooter Overwatch kind of thing, the characters are all very stylized and distinct in that kind of MOBA way, as there are individual champions and whatnot. Some designs are definitely better than others. For example, you got Clutch, who is just a big robot, but then you got Visor, who looks cool to this day. The returning characters, they all look pretty alright. They look like updated versions of what they looked like back in Quake 3, which was just a bunch of polygons. The new characters, again, some of the designs are better than others, particularly of the new characters, Galena and Scalebearer, definitely stand head and shoulders above Nyx and Clutch, who is just a woman and a robot. Again, like, what are you going to do? The characters in this game actually kind of surprise me, because when I think of Quake 3, aside from Ranger, Sarge, all the Doom characters and whatnot, like all the characters are so memorable in that of the pool of characters from Quake 3, none of them stand out any more or less than the others. Like some do, some of the more humanoid models, but at the same time, you look at this game and think, alright, there's only going to be 12 character slots in the final game. There are 9 in there currently, so who are going to be at the 3? And who's coming back? So of course, from the original Quake 3, they've brought back Ranger, they've brought back Visor, they've brought back Soreleg, they've brought back Anarchy and Slash, which again, like weird pulls, but then again you remember them like, oh, they were there. They get tenure, I guess. The atmosphere of the game is very much Quake 3, Quake 1, which is the Lovecraftian cathedrals and gothic kind of desolate wastes and that sort of thing, which is nice because it borrows the most heavily from Quake 1. And atmosphere of Quake 1 was that game's strongest suit. And it's also my favorite Quake game, so that's nice. I appreciate that. The weapons, they look cool, but they don't feel as good as they used to. Playing Quake Live or Quake 3, the weapons just had a kind of feel to them, and maybe I don't know, maybe I've gotten older and worse. I'm certainly not great at the game, but they just don't have the same oomph as I feel they used to.
Surrender is not an option.
Quake 3 did not have a full voiceover. This game does, however, and each character is being the kind of like champion MOBA-esque kind of thing. They all have context-sensitive dialogue, or they'll respawn and say something, you know, funny. The voice acting is not great. In the character menus, also, the lip sync is just horribly off.
You won't even see me coming.
But some characters do sound better than others, particularly characters that don't speak English, and by characters I mean character, which is Visor. He just speaks Russian, also his mouth doesn't move because you can't see his mouth. Nailed it. Also, weirdly, Slash and Anarchy, because they are like a pair, they're related characters in the mythos, they both have lines about flipping tables, and I don't understand it.
If I don't see some action soon, I'm gonna start flipping tables!
I'm gonna flip you like a table.
Like, why is there so much table talk? Who is this for? What? I don't get it. Alright, so let me talk about how it plays. Alright, so first of all, the thing you're gonna notice is that there are some long load times, a little bit of lag. Again, this is a beta. You kind of have to expect that going in. That's just kind of how it is. Whether it'll be cleaned up in the final version, I mean, I hope it will, but who's to say for sure? The great sense of speed and verticality from the Quake multiplayer games is here in full force. The maps are designed nicely to kind of utilize all of your skills necessary. You'll have jump pads sending you like 30 feet in the air. You gotta make quick jumps, side to side, that sort of thing. hallways you can kind of duck in and out of to kind of lose people. It's very nice. So being, again, a MOBA-style first-person shooter, every character has their own special ability, as well as like passive things, like some characters run faster, or different health, or this guy can do that, and she can do this. The abilities are neat, they're all on a cooldown, that sort of thing. Kind of like an ultimate in, I guess, Overwatch, but not as dire. Using your ability won't turn the tide of a battle. In fact, at the end of the day, they offer some interesting solutions to combat situations, but ultimately skill and smart playing will win a fight 100% of the time. So if you have your little special thing and you think, alright, I'm going to use this to win this fight, you're going to have to go into it a bit more than that. Some of the power weapons seem kind of unfair compared to the loadout weapons. Again, this is a game of skill, and anybody, it is balanced in the way that anybody with the right amount of skill should be able to take down anybody regardless of the weapon. But there are plenty of times where I would just spawn in, run my way to a power weapon, and then get shot down before I ever get there, because some guy has a rocket launcher, and I don't know. That's just me. I'm bad at the game. I would like an option to center the weapon, much like Quake 1 or Quake 2. I was playing Doom the other day for my 1-year anniversary Doom stream to celebrate the release of that game, and I found I did a lot better when I centered the weapons. So I would like to do that in this game, just kind of see how it goes. Okay, so of the game modes I played, there was the deathmatch, team deathmatch. There was a duel mode, but I don't have enough characters unlocked to do that, and I'll talk about unlocking characters in a bit. But there was a sacrifice, and sacrifice is like an assault kind of grab the flag, take it back, and then use it to win. The rules are kind of unclear, and I played maybe 3 or 4 games of that, and in every single game, either a teammate or someone on the other team had a unclear idea of where to bring the flag, and we're taking it to the enemy place, and I don't think the rules were particularly well explained. Maybe there's a video tutorial that I didn't watch, I don't know. I don't quite understand it myself. Okay, so let's talk about the game model of Quake Champions. Now, it is a free-to-play game, which is going to be great because you download the game for free, and you get the character Ranger unlocked by default. Other champions, however, can be bought or rented. Now, I say rented, you can pay a in-game currency called favor to rent a character for 1 day. And that gives you unlimited access to them for 1 day, but you won't own them after the 1 day is up. They will go back to being locked again. Now, you can buy them permanently by spending... Okay, you know what, I gotta roll down and kind of explain this to you, because this game has 3 different types of currency, and it's very confusing. First things first, alright, so there's favor. Favor is the bottom line currency that you get for playing games and leveling up and doing things. Basically, after every match, you're going to get a payout of favor, and you can use the favor to buy backpacks, which is the lowest kind of loot box. The second kind of currency is platinum, and platinum is the premium, pay the real monies to buy the things currency. You put in your credit card, and then you get platinum, and you can use platinum to buy characters forever. Once you pay the money to get that character, you have them. You don't have to worry about renting them. And then there are shards, and shards is the strangest, I think, because what you get shards by in your loot boxes you get from playing the game or buying them with real world money or favor. You can get items like armor and weapon skins, and you can use a feature to break down the armor or weapon skins into shards that can go back into buying more weapons and armor. But not the colors. You get various colors in the loot boxes, which is all great and fine and dandy, whatever, but unlocking upgrades is very unclear. I didn't find it particularly rewarding, and quite frankly, the biggest draw of Overwatch is being able to hit a button and then bam, the box explodes and you get stuff, and I'm losing my voice. It's not the same in this one. The boxes don't pay out particularly like much, and I gotta say, I've been playing it for a few days, and so I've been playing exclusively Ranger because I don't want to have to spend real world money to buy a character if the beta doesn't carry over my progress. That's money wasted. So I've been playing exclusively as Ranger, and I have not gotten a single color or anything for Ranger in all of the boxes I've opened. So I just run around as the default orange and mustard guy. It's not that great, but it's just unclear how to unlock things from the get-go. I'm sure it'll be more streamlined, or maybe they'll fix it later on, or maybe I just have to... Maybe I'm the problem, video game, I don't know. Bottom line for Quake Champions, if the gameplay, the fast Quake arena-style gameplay with a few tweaks doesn't hook you, the sense of accomplishment of unlocking everything or getting all the boxes or ticking off every little check mark probably won't keep you around. But it's Quake. If you like Quake 3 and you like Quake Live, if you like the atmosphere of Quake 1, this will satisfy you. it's going to be pretty big, I feel. Though personally, it's not the Quake that I want, but it's better than nothing. Anyway, this has been some hot Quakes. Thank you all for watching, and we'll do it all again next time. Goodbye. Also, look at Ranger. He looks like a fucking blathering idiot. Look at this guy. That's what you look like, dummy.